Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about module number 2, that is distance protection. Here we are going to discuss about Moore relay or admittance or angle admittance relay. To discuss about Moore relay or admittance relay or angle admittance relay, so it is similar to earlier topics like impedance relay or reactance relay. In case of impedance relay and reactance relay, how we are calculated that impedance and reactance value which is greater than that of which is less than that of the value of k, then that is the condition which has been to satisfies to operate that relay as to gives the trip signal. In the same manner, in case of Moore relay, where we are going to measure that a component of admittance, because Moores are the units of admittance. Admittance is nothing but simply a property of the material. At what amount of the force it allows that flow of currents through the device is simply called as an admittance, and admittance is mathematically represented with y. Mod of y is nothing but magnitude of admittance with respect to at an angle of theta, which is expressed in the form of an polar form. Mod of y at an angle of theta is nothing but expression of admittance in the form of an polar form, but its characteristics when we plotted on the impedance diagram, simply called as an RX diagram, it looks like a circle where the value of admittance which is passing through the origin, and it is inherently a directional relay. It detects that fault only in the forward direction, not in the reverse direction. So Moore relay is simply called as an directional relay whose relay has been functioned when current is coming opposite to that direction, then this relay will function like an overcurrent relay. So it is also called as an admittance or angle admittance relay because it is called as a Moore relay. Its characteristics are passing through a straight line, and when it is plotted on the admittance diagram whose G and B values, where G is called as conductance and B is called as susceptance. Conductance is nothing but property of the material. At what amount of the force it allows that direct currents. Susceptance is nothing but property of the material. At what amount of the force it allows that alternating currents through the device, hence it is called as susceptance. Therefore admittance is nothing but sum of conductance and susceptance. Therefore y is equal G plus JB. If you look at y is equal G plus JB, or if you see that operating characteristics of Moore relay, the three operating characteristics has been identified on this RX diagram, where the three modes are M1, M2 and M3. M1 is operating region 1 or mode 1, operating region mode 2, and M3 is nothing but operating region mode 3. If a fault lies within that mode 1 operation circle, then the relay will function and it generates the command signal to trip the circuit breaker. If the fault lies within that mode 1, the magnitude of admittance is this one. This length of arrow mark gives that magnitude of admittance at mode 1, and this length of arrow mark gives that magnitude of admittance which lies at mode 2, and this length of arrow mark address, or it gives that magnitude of admittance at mode 3 operation. And here alpha is nothing but an angle between that admittance and resistance, and the operating region, the three curves are there here. If the fault lies within that curve 1, then the relay will function to trip the circuit breaker. Therefore if you discuss about that the admittance relay very clearly, let us discuss about the concept of an electromechanical admittance relay or electromechanical Moore relay. To discuss about that electromechanical Moore relay, let us go through that an induction coupled structure figure which has been shown with a Moore relay characteristics, and the torque equation for this relay is given mathematically, that is T is equal to K1 into Vi cos of pi minus alpha minus K2 V square minus K3, where in the induction coupled structure of Moore relay, the upper and lower poles are energized by voltage V to produce the polarizing flux. The left pole and right poles are energized by the operating quantity, that is called as current. Therefore, the two actuating quantities, one is voltage and is current, has been taken as a reference on the four poles as to produce that required torque, like T is equal K1 into Vi cos of pi minus alpha minus K2 V square minus K3. The flux produced by I interacts with the polarizing flux to give an operating torque at here, and the value of K3 here we can take as a 0 because it is due to spring constant. And there are two types of torques. One is operating torque, which is called as positive torque, which is expressed like T is equal K1 into Vi cos of pi minus alpha, and on one more torque which is expressed as T is equal K2 V square. So here T is equal K1 into Vi cos of pi minus alpha is nothing but operating torque, which is called as positive torque, where the angle of alpha can be adjusted by varying resistance in the phase shifting circuit, which is not shown in this figure but which is used to adjust the phase angle. If it is going to adjust the phase angle in such a level, the purpose of adjusting the phase angle in such a level is to target or to meet the desired torque to make that open of the circuit breaker contacts. For that purpose, here we are using this expression as T is equal K1 into Vi cos of pi minus alpha. And there is one more torque which is called as restraining torque. After clearing the fault, the circuit breaker contacts has to close. For that purpose, one more torque which is expressed here, that is T is equal K2 V square. Therefore, the two torques, one is positive torque to open the or to trip the circuit breaker, one is to close the circuit breaker. The relay will operate at the condition when torque K1 into Vi cos of pi minus alpha, which is greater than K2 V square. Then it trips the circuit breaker. So from here, this V square value if you send that side, the above equation become as like this, that is Vi divided by V square into cos of pi minus alpha, and K1 we are sending right hand side, it comes here. Then the equation can become as Vi divided by V square into cos of pi minus alpha value is greater than K2 divided by K1. Here V and square value get cancelled. The above equation can become as I by V cos of pi minus alpha, which is greater than K2 divided by K1. I by V value we can write it as admittance of Y into cos of pi minus alpha value, which is greater than K2 divided by K1. Then the relay will function. So 1 by Y cos of pi minus alpha, 1 by Y cos of pi minus value of alpha is less than that of K here. So this is Y into cos of pi minus alpha, but the condition to operate the relay should be always the K value should be greater than the admittance value, that is 1 by Y, or 1 by Y is nothing but impedance. So 1 by Y means in the above equation here I wrote it as Z divided by cos of pi minus alpha value is less than that of K. Z divided by cos of pi minus alpha, I am going to take it as a one mode of operation as M. When M value is less than that of K, where M is called as Mo, where M value is less than that of K, then the relay will operates. So 80% to 90% of the faults has been protected when the fault lies in curve 1. When the fault lies at curve 2, 50% of the faults has been protected, and when fault lies at third section, it becomes as a backup protection of the curve 2 and for curve 1. And the delay time which is used for mode 2 and mode 3 operations, that is 0.2 to 0.5 seconds, and also 0.4 seconds to 1 seconds also we can use. The time distance characteristics is stepped characteristics as been shown in the figure, and the value of Mo value should be differed from mode 1 to mode 2, mode 2 to mode 3 operation. So here in this relay I am showing that the coils which are called as flag coils. The purpose of using the flag coils is to make the delay of operation. Next, static Mo relay which is using an amplitude comparator. So the static relay which is using as an amplitude comparator, where we are going to compare the equation with the current. When the relay will operates here, the current value is greater than that of voltage value during the time of fault condition. If a above equation is divided with multiplying with ZR, then the above equation can become as I into ZR from left side, which is greater than that of here ZR value and ZR value get cancelled, and V it will come, and denominator again here when we are going to multiply with ZR, this I can become as I into ZR. Then again, if you are going to divide the above equation with I, the total equation turn into impedance. Here it becomes, when I am going to divide it with I, it becomes ZR here, it becomes Z, it becomes ZR. So here the reactance impedance value is greater than Z minus ZR value, overall value, then the relay will function, and the amplitude comparator has been worked out here, and the relay will function. Therefore, the above condition is satisfied, and the operating characteristics has been shown in the above figure in 3 modes of operation. So the operating characteristics lies in the 3 modes of operation. So 80% of the faults has been protected when the fault lies within the circle of mode 1, and here pi is nothing but angle between that resistance and the admittance called, and here alpha is nothing but angle between adjustment of the phase angle and to the resistance of R. So whenever the fault lies below that of the operating region of this circle, then the relay will function, and the magnitude of admittance here it is 1 by Z1. So when the value of Z minus ZR value is greater than that of Z minus ZR, then the relay will function, and the operating characteristics lies within the point P, and it is very close to that operating region, and the polarizing quantities has been developed here, and the torque will produce appropriate, and the relay will function. And we can also use that static mode relay using as a phase comparator. In case of phase comparator, the theta value should be less than 90 degree, then it is going to produce that positive torque. If theta value is greater than 90 degree, it is going to produce that reverse torque as to close the circuit breaker. These are the appropriate phasor diagrams with respect to voltage, current and voltage drop, and the impedance diagram and more characteristics. Figure A shows the phasor diagram between voltage and I, just now what we have discussed, and figure B is showing that impedance diagram where the operating impedance or the radius of the impedance of the curve, that is Z, in any mode of the operation. And here more characteristics. If you see that more characteristics, the point P, that is location of the fault, which is very nearer to the operating characteristics region, it gives that better results compared to other region. Thank you.